Yep. Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Bobcast Live. My name is Adrienne Brown. I'm the Executive Director of NYU Annual Giving, and I am joining you today from our glorious conference room here on Broadway in New York City to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, which is NYU One Day. So we can just get started. Yep. Okay, just give me 1 second. Am I sharing? Okay, great. So I'm not sure how many of you know about NYU One Day. So the great thing about this particular webcast is that I'll take you through all of the essentials, as well as some really fascinating and exciting ways that you can even get involved and help support this very exciting, very important initiative here at NYU. So let's get started. Real quick, the agenda, I will go over the results from NYU One Day last year, so FY18. We'll talk about some learnings and some areas for optimization from those results, so some really great new things that we're going to be doing this year. I will also take you through our new and exciting creative design for FY19. We'll talk a little bit about the communication strategy, and then of course, most importantly, how you can get involved with NYU One Day yourself. And then maybe even more importantly, I'll leave some time at the end for some Q&A. So what is NYU One Day? When I say this, what does this even mean? So it's our 24-hour day of giving, which means we do start at midnight Eastern Standard Time and run through midnight on the 28th, so it's one full day. We have a goal of 4,000 donations in 24 hours. We don't have a specific dollar goal, but of course we do use this day to incentivize donors for the first time of all gift levels. So really we're asking any and everyone who has any affinity towards NYU to make a gift. We have seen a lot of great traction from this with some of our very generous donors giving large 6- and 7-figure gifts, but of course this is about participation, so every gift counts. The entire NYU community joins together for this collective change, so it really does take an all hands on deck type attitude, and we like to make it fun. This is one of the times in the year we put fun back in fundraising, so we like to make it exciting and engaging. There we go. Oh, there we go. And now just full screen it again. We're good together. Okay, perfect. Here we go. Sorry, we're back. Sorry for those of you who are watching and didn't share, but just to really quickly recap, March 28th, 2018, a goal of 4,000 donations, no dollar goal, but gifts of every size are welcome, entire community, and it is so much fun. So just to quickly go over what happened in FY18, you can see a really nice progression here, especially from our alumni community. We had close to 2,000 donations from alumni, then followed by our parents. Faculty and staff, we saw a little bit of dip, but that's because a lot of our faculty and staff are also alumni. So when we're counting for a specific type of person who's giving, then they would have fallen in the alumni bucket. We also see a nice little uptick in our student participation, which is really exciting because, as I'm sure many people know, asking students for a gift can sometimes be one of our most challenging asks here at NYU. So the fact that we're seeing some progression there is also very exciting. And then in our other category, that includes any friends or parents or anyone who doesn't have any of the other affiliations. So again, seeing really nice growth last year. And then here's another fantastic story. I know that I said we don't focus on dollars, but the dollars really do matter, and you can see great progression there as well. Just north of $1.2 million was raised in 24 hours last year. So that's really exciting and sets a great tone for the year to come. So moving right into our creative this year, if you remember last year, we sort of had this teal kind of paint swash look to things. This year we went with something a little bit more clean and modern. So just to take you through that really quickly, we wanted something that symbolized, a graduate and scholarships. So it's a new look, same mission. We have this fun little graduate cap guy, and then within that we have sort of all of the dreams and topic areas that we're really trying to focus on. So the arts, the sciences, global outreach, and course scholarship. Here's just a quick overview of how that would look across various creative platforms. So here you can see, a tweet, a post, then we have an Instagram post, and then of course there's the big logo lockup that all of this information will be made available to volunteers in the volunteer toolkit, and you can use any or all of these things in your own personal social media platforms, which I really hope you will do. Again, just showing you the creative in different instances. So we have, every year we update our main page, and so here you can see what it will look like in terms of, where the video will be placed on the main homepage there. Underneath that, you can see the thermometer that will, of course, progress throughout the day. And then beneath the thermometer, so I'm looking at everything on the left here, beneath the thermometer, you can see where we will be highlighting all of the different school challenges. So just a quick note on challenges. Here's a quick overview of the challenge page here. What we like to do is partner with all of the different schools, institutes, and areas across NYU and ask them if they would like to do some sort of challenge that will encourage people to participate in the day. So how this works is usually people will have one very generous donor offer up a certain amount of funding that will then be tied to a specific goal. So for example, we have some challenges that will say something like, if such and such school reaches 200 donations, then it will unlock an additional $10,000 for scholarships. And this is just a really great way for one person to leverage their philanthropic benevolence and encourage other people to do the same. So this just gives you an overview here on the challenge page of what that would sort of look like. Of course, this would be specific to whichever school or institute we're messaging for at the time. But then you'll be able to go to an overview challenge page where you'll be able to see every single challenge that you can participate in. And of course, we encourage anyone to participate as many times as they'd like. It's really all about joining in and helping us reach the collective goal. We did revamp the giving form this year, so tying it back to those challenges that I just mentioned. When you're going through the process of making a gift, one way that we thought it would be nice to sort of highlight those challenges is when you select your gift option on the drop-down, you'll be able to see the corresponding challenge in the giving form itself. So even if you don't know that there's a challenge going on, it's just, again, another way to highlight how the schools and institutes are participating in this initiative and supporting you in your act of giving back. So quickly, we'll go over the communication plan. So all of this planning, all of this creative, how do we really reach out to people and how do we get the message out to our community? So here we have a general email. We've revamped the email outline, and all of this will be specific to whichever school you're affiliated with, and we'll have different student spotlight videos, little profiles that will highlight sort of how NYU One Day is tying into your specific school. So again, as I mentioned, speaking to your specific affinity or your specific group. So if it was to me, I'm an alum of STEINHARDT, it would of course have my first name, hi Adrienne, and talk about how my gift impacts the STEINHARDT community, and then going right into a video of a specific STEINHARDT student, and then highlighting any matches or challenges that are also specific to STEINHARDT. So very tailored to my experience in the areas that I have traditionally supported. We also have a number of other ways that we'll be reaching out to people outside of just email communication. We will have a video from President Hamilton, who's also going to be doing a match for NYU One Day. I won't tell you how much that's going to be. I'll leave that for the day of. Of course, our phone-a-thon students will be making phone calls on that day to everyone, asking them to participate in NYU One Day. We'll be on all various social media platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we will also be doing text to give. So for our most recent donors, our most loyal donors, will be reaching out to them also via text to remind them and see if they'd like to engage that way. So if you get a text from one of us on NYU One Day, it really is us, and you can make your gift right there via text. So again, just a new and exciting way to reach people where they are. So for all of you, how can you really get involved in this initiative? So we have a lot of different ways you can do that. So of course, I'm sure many of you have heard of Viral Violets. It's the social media platform specifically for, that's managed by our Alumni Relations Communication team. And it's super easy. You can go right to this link, and I believe we'll be sharing this presentation, or you can come see the recording. But it's very easy to find. they push out all of the content for One Day via this platform, and you can link right through to your social media. So it's super easy, super quick way to do this. And also every time you share or you engage via Viral Violets, you can earn points, which then gets you prizes. So there's something in it for you as well. So that's a really great way to get involved. We also have our crowdfunding platform. So I could probably do a whole nother Bobcast Live on crowdfunding, but just a quick little note here. We do have that option for our alumni community to allow them to fundraise for specific niche projects that support the NYU mission. So this, again, is another way that we will be involved with NYU One Day. There will be lots of projects on there. So if you don't see something specific that you'd like to support or message about on the One Day page, you can come over to Rising Violets and see if there's something there that speaks to a specific area that you're interested in. In the past, we've raised over $100,000 on Rising Violets from 53 projects and 800 donors. So again, it's a great way to engage and get folks engaged. So make sure you check that out as well. Last but certainly not least, we have our volunteer toolkit. So I believe I can click through here because we're sharing my screen. So here on the NYU One Day page, one sec. So here on the NYU One Day page, it's nyuoneday.org. You can take a look at all of the really, again, easy ways for you to get involved via the volunteer toolkit. This is a shareable link. You can embed it into your email and share it with your friends. And we have a lot of great downloads here. We have the branding, which I spoke about. We have pre-scripted email scripts for you, which makes it really super easy and fun. We also have all of your social media scripts as well, along with images and videos. Cool thing about the images and videos is that they're all organized by your specific school or institute that's participating. So if you, again, using me as an example, if I wanted to share stuff that was just for STEINHARDT, that will all be in there. So we've done a lot of thinking and planning to make this as easy and accessible for all of you. Back to the PowerPoint now. And there we go. Okay. So other ways that you can also get involved, we have lots of events going on across the New York City area as well as the globe. So we have two big events happening here in NYC. There will be the Knicks Raptors game, which you can join in, and a portion of your ticket sales will go to support NYU One Day. We also have an affinity group, sort of a networking, wine, come out, join others, learn a little bit about One Day. So there's the two big events we have here in New York. We also have a number of events going on regionally. I won't list all of them here, but I think there's in total close to 17 different events, including the two in New York. So that's really exciting as well. We have some big events happening globally, one in London and Sao Paulo. And then we also will have support from our faculty and staff right here on campus. So we're doing a lot to support the community here as well. We'll have advertising all over, including flyers. We're doing for the first time social media advertising specifically to our faculty and staff. And then we'll also have social media advertising that's targeted directly to you. So there'll be lots of ways that even if you don't post something directly from some of the materials that I've already shared, you'll probably see a number of these posts, a number of these messages across NYU platforms throughout the day. So feel free to retweet or repost and share everything that you see. And then last but certainly not least, we'll have our students involved. They will be here at the Kimmel Center as well as Tandon and Stern doing a bunch of outreach, raffles, prizes, just all adding to the excitement and energy of the day. New this year, we will have the NYU One Day headquarters, which will be overseen by our NYU AA board and Brian Levine, our president. You can see him right there. Brian has actually decided that he would like to be on site for 24 hours, and he will be posting directly to his own social media feed. So make sure if you don't check out the NYU One Day feeds that you're looking for Brian Levine's posts, because I'm sure there'll be lots of excitement there as well. So just a really great fun day, like I said earlier. putting the fun in fundraising, and just an awesome way to get everyone involved in giving back to the institution that's given so much to us. So next steps, what does this all mean? How do you really do this? How do you, I've given you lots of things to sort of look through and take a look at, but how do you do this? So how do you join in the fund? So you can sign up for Viral Violets, as I mentioned. We talked a little bit about what that would mean. We're hoping that if you do that, that you will share at least 10 posts leading up to and on one day. And we can definitely share a suggested timeline if that's easier for you. Facebook has fundraisers. You could host a Facebook fundraiser on your own specific platform. And if you do that, then it will support just sort of general university scholarships. So that's, like, again, a really sort of low energy investment way for you to not only give back to the university, but encourage your own personal network to give back. You could stop in and send text from the NYU One Day headquarters, or you could just join in the fun and say hi and take your own social media posts from the headquarters as well. Or of course, you can sign up to be a Rising Violets ambassador. Use our crowdfunding platform to make your own personal messages. You could host a club challenge. So in the past, we've had some folks from various regional areas sort of friendly competition, compete against each other to see who can get the most donations on the day. So that I would sort of help you figure out how we could bring that to life. And then you could, of course, then promote those sort of club battles. I use that term very loosely, those friendly engagements on your own social media pages. So those are just a few examples of how you can get involved on One Day. But really the main thing is just help us spread the word, help us get people to sign up, and help us to keep people involved in what I think will be such an exciting and fun and engaging day. So I think that takes us to the end of the presentation, where we can ask if you have any questions. Yes. Find the chat box. Thank you. Okay, so we do have one question. Do donations from non-alumni count toward our goal? What if friends or family wants to participate? Yes, all donations count, no matter who gives. Everyone, we love everyone. We take everyone's donation on the day. So we will, of course, show alumni participation, because that is something that the university is very interested in. But on One Day, it's just, we're all one day, one family, every donation counts. Thank you for that question. Does anyone else have any questions about One Day? I think it's a pretty straightforward presentation. Any questions at all? It looks like no. But if you do have any questions, I know that Jenny and Casey have my contact information. Feel free to reach out, and make sure you check out nyuoneday.org, and all the information is there as well. Thank you so much. Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.